So the other day when I got home from New England, I noticed the hood was popped up on the Coronet wagon, and also noticed that there was a dead groundhog laying right underneath the front bumper. Well, here just a moment ago, I went to start this car. Of course, I'd already pushed the hood shut, and when I went to start the car, the key didn't do anything. So I go to release the hood, and this happens. Luckily, I was able to pull enough to where it popped the hood. So I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, well, I guess the cable decided to fail. But I noticed that the cord, or the cable, sheathing and everything, was all chewed up. You can see that it's nice and chewed. And then I noticed all these scratch marks. Upon investigating further, I noticed this. Spark plug wires that are just gone. And fur. You can literally see fur. So yeah, I guess that groundhog chewed through the spark plug wires here, which is nice of him. Well, he left me one. 2, 2, 3 on this side. And then, yep, there's one there, chewed through. Also, the dipstick for the transmission was up like this. I'm guessing crawling through there accidentally pulled it out. The fact that the car won't turn over, I'll have to look and see if maybe some of the wiring is also chewed up. Never in my life would I have thought groundhogs would come in and just eat up your car. But I guess you learn something every day. Okay, yeah. Cool. I see here. Yep. There's a wire chewed through. So I'm guessing there's probably some others. Okay, yeah, it looks like chewed through a wire and pulled one of the wires off the starting solenoid. Probably that one. That's probably why the car won't start by the key. It will start by jumping the relay there. Yeah, there we go. Chewed that up. So now I get to do some rewiring, and I'll have to get some new spark plug wires. I guess these were old anyway, but they did work. So that's real cool. And I don't know if anything else has been chewed up. I guess I'll find out. I knew rats did things like this. I didn't realize that groundhogs did. But anyways, I'm guessing that maybe the groundhog got stuck in here somehow, strangled itself. There's another wire. Cool. Maybe it strangled itself or got stuck on here, or who knows. But it was laying here dead, maybe ingesting a bunch of wiring isn't good for you, so maybe that done it in. So for you groundhogs that are watching, don't eat the wiring on a car because it won't end well for you, I guess. It's like the randomest things, like randomly chewed this one. Like, okay, why? Like, what was the, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know that groundhogs did things like this. So cool. More work that I didn't need to do. Things that you learn. Never. I don't know how many cars parked here. I don't know how many times I've seen groundhogs in my property. I've never had a groundhog in a car. It makes me want to check some other cars that I've parked by the woods, because maybe they've been affected. I just noticed that the choke isn't even hooked up on this car. Oh, that's got to block off with a golf tee. Anyways, so yeah, I got some more work to do on this car now. Actually, I see like all over this car. Looks like something was jumping up and down on it. A dog, maybe a dog was in. Okay, so maybe the groundhog got by a dog or something, because it looks like there's paw prints all over the side of the car. So maybe a dog or cat or something knew the groundhog was in the hood of the car, and maybe that's what actually got it. I don't know. And unfortunately, there's no cameras over here to see what was going on over here. But I'm guessing that one animal got the groundhog, but it didn't eat it or anything. It was just laying there. So, oh yeah, you can see all over the bumper there are smears. So I guess the groundhog was hiding from whatever was trying to get it. Now I gotta fix a bunch of stuff. So freaking lovely. Yeah, it's like all over the tires. Smears. So yeah. Looks like it was a dog. Anyways, there you go. So, more work to do on the 74. All right, well, I need to fix all this damage that the groundhog did to the underhood of this car. So, more work I didn't really need to do, but now the car doesn't run because spark plug wires are all chewed through and some ignition wires are chewed up. I will say that I did do a lot of work to this car, including putting in a gas tank after having it cleaned out and sealed, and a new window regulator for the driver's front door there, wheels and tires. Even started working on the interior bits, like this armrest, getting the back window to work better, things like that. You can see the gas tank and new sending unit and hoses and everything. Got rid of the fuel tank, the boat tank that was in the back wheel well area, and had a video going, like an hour-long video of all this work I'd done to this car, and somehow I accidentally deleted it. So unfortunately, I lost all that footage. Now I know to make copies of everything when it comes to video footage, because I don't even know what happened, but somehow I accidentally deleted it all. So I don't have any of that footage. Guess I could insert some photos of some of the work. Like I said, gas tank, I had to, it was already out of the car, but I had to get it cleaned and sealed. And where I got it done, it didn't do a very good job. It was still leaking. So I had to do some more to it to get it to where it wasn't leaking. And then install it, and you can get the gas tank into the quarter panel. In most cases, you have to pull the leaf spring down and all that stuff because it's right there and the gas tank won't fit. But by taking off the wheel, taking off the brake drum, then the rear brake shoe, and turning the axle so the studs were just right, and pulling ever so slightly on the quarter panel, I got the gas tank to go up in there. So that was nice because I didn't really want to pull the axle and everything out. And I figured it had to have come out because the leaf spring and U-bolts for the axle and stuff didn't look like they were touched anytime recently. And the previous owner had pulled the gas tank out when he discovered that it was not good. It was full of rust and everything. There's the gas cap there. Had to get one out of my stash because this car didn't come with one. So the window regulator, it was a bit of a job. I pulled it out of the parts Coronet that I bought because people wanted a fortune just for one window regulator. I actually got a whole car for what people were wanting for just the regulator. There was some minor differences, mainly in the sliding assembly on the track, but no big deal. Got the parts swapped over and everything working good. So now I got a set of spark plug wires from my stash and some various wiring stuff to fix the chewed up electrical wires. So I'm going to do that now so I can get this car drivable, because right now it can't even move. I'd also replaced this filter previously. And I did notice the choke is not hooked up, which might explain why the car was a little hard to start. So I'm going to hook that up while I'm here. Good. Choke seems to work good. So I need to replace the spark plug wires. Normally you could just take them off one at a time, match them up. Since most of these are chewed off, I'm going to need to know the firing order, and that's 1/8. Oh, it's actually right here. Yep. So going to need to know the firing order, and it's very handily put right here on the intake, 1/8436572. That's not connected to anything there. So anyways, cylinder number 1 is right here. That wire's still connected, so I could just go ahead and replace that one. So these are odd number on the driver's side, so 1, 3, 5, 7. Then you got 2, 4, 6, 8 over there. So with the firing order being 184, so basically 1 fires, 8 fires, and so on. So it keeps the engine running evenly and smoothly. I believe this is a spark plug set for a 318. You can see they're of varying length. Looks like 4 of them are the same. 3 of them are the same, and one's really long. So anyways, I'm going to pull this one off, see if I can just match it up. Man, that's on there good. cool. Well, that happened, so I need to get me a pair of pliers to get these off, because they're on there pretty good. Oh, of course, that one popped off no problem. Okay, we'll get a pair of channel locks. Now, they do make spark plug wire pliers. I don't have any, so channel locks it is. Wow, these are some old plug wires. It was actually corroded onto the plug. You can see it's kind of rusty. So this thing was probably due for some plug wires anyhow. I'm going to use one of the longer ones here. There's one. Go ahead and pull the other ones off. The distributor on the 318 is clockwise, so 8 is the next one. So I've got that one pulled off. That's a pretty short one, so I'll grab one of the short ones. So then we got 4 here and missing. Let's see, that's a pretty short one. Go over there. Actually, I might put one of the longer ones on there. So 1843. Three is nice and chewed off. Okay. We got 1, 8, 4, 3, and 6. Fix this one since I'm over here. So we got 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5. Seven, which is also chewed off. Okay. The wires are now on. Get a zip tie for these because the loom is missing. And we can get rid of all the chewed up, ruined wires here. And next I need to fix the ignition wire here on the solenoid so the car will start by the key. So it literally chewed on both ends of this wire and essentially ruined this whole harness. So I guess I need to fix that. This is the remains of the harness that goes to the neutral safety switch. So I need to make a new one, which means I need to get underneath the car. But in order to get the car to where I can crank it up, I made a little jumper here and got a really factory looking ground. So now you can start the car with the key. This is going down to the plug down there that the Groundhog chewed all to bits. And the other two wires that plug are for the reverse lot. So those all go down there to the neutral safety switch. And this way I can crank the car without having to go underneath the hood and jump the solenoid. So a little bit, I need to make a new harness, and then I'll pretty much have this thing tidied up. I need to replace the hood release cable. Luckily, my 73 parts car has the inside hood release, so I'm going to rob the cable out of it and put it in this car. And this should be as it was pre-Groundhog. So bit annoying, but could have been worse, I guess. Well, one of the things I need to do to this wagon is swap out the seats. So I bought the parts car over there because it had some nice reupholstered seats and new carpet. Since this carpet is destroyed, front seat's pretty bad. The back seat's actually okay. It's a little dirty, but it's all in one piece. But obviously I want the seats to match, so I'll swap them all out. It does have the third row, but I'm just gonna leave it since it's usually down anyway. As you can see, it's basically the same pattern, but it has been reupholstered, and I do got new carpet. I will have to fix the back of the seat, but I think I'm gonna have to modify this seat back anyway to work in the wagon, but I believe the bottom is the same. So I guess I'll find out on that one. Underneath the car, we got a nut here and one here. So we'll take these two off on this side and the two off on that side, and should be able to pull the front seat out. 1/2-inch socket. Alright, got those 4 nuts loose and off. So now we can pull the front seat out. Another thing is we'll need to take the seat belts loose. Shoulder belt you don't have to worry about, but the middle part we'll have to take those bolts loose so we can pull the seat out. Got a 13/16 socket here. There's one. We'll have to pull this off so I can get the carpet out, but I'll do that after I get the seat out. Stuck. There we go. The seat's already trying to remove itself. Okay. Alrighty. Seat's ready to come out. So I'll go ahead and get the seat out of the wagon and rip that nasty carpet out. So let's go do that. Pretty sure these seats have been in here since the car was built. So I think they're all all original. Alright, let's go to the other side. I'm sure a lot of y'all know what it's like to work in gravel and have to use cardboard and other things to lay on. Okay, now I need to take the seat belts loose on this one, and then this seat can come out. Looks like it might start raining on me. So we'll see. The downsides of the outdoor shop. Okay, ready to come out. a build sheet under here. So this is one of the common areas you could find build sheets on these cars, is under the seat springs. This one's kind of fragile. So let's see if I can remove it. And there it is. Shows all the options that the car has. And a lot of times if there's special things, special order options or colors or equipment, or even like if it was a police department, stuff like that, it would be down here in the remarks section. So I'll go put this somewhere safe. Okay, that piece that I was needing is actually right there. And these pieces of plastic, maybe I can glue them back on. Got our shark and this nasty carpet I'm just gonna rip out. So that's next, I guess, after I get the back seat out. Now the back seat, the bottom, normally you just slap the bottom of it towards the rear and that breaks it loose. This one's being a little more finicky. There we go. What treasures might we find under here? Let's see. Oh, got a couple more build sheets. That's cool. Let's see what we got. Candy Comics. Some jewelry, it looks like. Is it a diamond? I don't know. Skin refinisher. Ooh. Oh, Is it a pearl? Did I strike it rich? Oh, the rain's coming. Granola milk. Somebody's shopping list. And what's up with all these rocks? There's like rocks in here. Space gun puzzle. Yeah, I'm getting rained on. Better. Oh no. I'm gonna put my cardboard up before it gets wet. We'll need this for later. Ah, yes. Of course. Well, it's the next day. It ended up raining most of the evening, so I didn't get to come back out. Like I say, here's another build sheet, and there's one there in the floor. Old pin. Circuit board. Seat. Pencil. Pieces of the headliner. Christmas ornament, it looks like. Comment, part of a clothes hanger. More rocks. Screw. A few coins. Mini pick. Let's see, what is this? 2006. So they're not even that old. Okay, nothing too great. Just gonna throw most of this stuff in the trash because obviously it is trash. I don't know why all the rocks are in here. That's kind of weird. A lot of rocks. All right, well, let's get this old carpet out. Might have to take the seat belts loose on the sides there, but we'll see. All right, got the shoulder belts removed. So now I need to remove the sill plates, and the door openings, and then I can pull this nasty carpet out. Guess now I will, I might as well take these things off. They're all busted up. Carpet out there. Alrighty. Another thing I gotta figure out is how this seat cushion is attached to the frame. Feels like it's just clipped in somehow. So I'll investigate that. Might have to take this thing apart. Not sure. And in case you're wondering, the wires sticking through the carpet there, depending on the year and such, one's the fasten seatbelt warning, as well as some of the cars had a interlock to where if there was weight in the seat, you could not start the car until the seatbelt was buckled. So obviously at some point somebody just disconnected all that. You can see on the bottom of the front seat is the plugs for that, and right there is the switch. So there's one on both sides, and basically when weight is on the seat, it activates, like I said, the seatbelt, fasten seatbelt warning, or on some of the cars, the interlock to where you could not start the car unless the seatbelt was buckled. So there you have it. And right there's the wire going to the buckles. So I'm not sure. I guess this car might have had the. I know my where it wouldn't start, because I know my '75 Plymouth Scamp, if you're sitting in the seat without the seatbelt buckled, you could not start the car. So this might also have that safety feature, if you would call it that. I usually disconnect them because sometimes you want to be able to start the car with the seatbelt not buckled. So anyways, I guess let's get this carpet ripped out. $1976 dime. Funny because you can see the sloppiness of the assembly line. There's brand new extra screws just laying in under the carpet. And I've been finding a bunch of these rubber plugs under the carpet. Check it out. More of those rubber plugs just thrown under the carpet. More here on the floor. Even some trim clips. These rubber plugs are everywhere. Some more trim screws. Clips. And that's just a piece of metal they got covered over with the undercoating. All right, I'm gonna ball this up and throw it in a trash bag. This more of those rubber plugs. Someone's part of their fork, I guess, from lunch, and cigarette pack topper where they tore the plastic off. So yeah, a lot of times these factory workers would just literally throw their trash under the carpet while they were working. All these plugs have a Chrysler part number on it. 514 or 51148184. It looks like. Nice soft rubber. I'll keep these for future use. jewelry. I found a watch. Extra rubber plug just laying under there. And various jewelry. It looks like a Canadian coin. And this watch. Oh wow. It says LLM from WCG 9/16/1940. Wonder who that belonged to. If this watch still works. Feels like it's stuck. Looks like it's a Hamilton watch. I'm going to continue vacuuming up the floor, get all the loose stuff off, and then it'll be ready to start seeing about putting the replacement interior in. Okay, for future knowledge, the seat comes off by unscrewing these 3 screws on the back side of the panel. And then the seat just comes out. So the way this seat goes in is you slide it into these bottom slots, push it up, and then screw it down with the 3 screws go into these 3 brackets. And now I basically got to repeat everything I just did in the wagon. Need to take this front seat out, take the sill plates off, yada yada yada. And yeah. All right, well, let's get to it. I noticed when I was taking the sill plates off, the original carpet is still under here. They just glued new carpet over the top of it. It's odd. And the heel pads under there and everything. I guess it is very faded, so I guess that's maybe why they did that. But kind of interesting. It is a little bit more fun removing a front seat by yourself, but I got it out. And now I need to remove the seat belts there on the floor. They're actually a little different. They don't have bolts holding them on. So I'll have to get a hex drive, star bit or something of that sort to get those off. So I'm gonna go find my bits. Then I can remove those and get this carpet out, and then see about putting the carpet in the wagon. Okay, pretty much ready to come out now. Kind of neat underneath this carpet. Let's see, this was made 8/27 of 70, 8/25 of 70, 1972 Chrysler B. It's B body. Got the rear, we got the front. J.P. Stevens and Company Incorporated. Of course, like I said, the original carpet is underneath this newer carpet, but it's faded substantially and they've glued it, so I'm going to have to leave the newer carpet in place, which is fine. Pulling up the carpet here in the parts car, you can see we got a nice trim screw there. Literally what looks like a piece of onion skin, masking paper with blue overspray on it. And then look at this. This is off of the Coronet emblem, but it's, let me see if I can get it. You can see here, Coronet. So that's the backing of the adhesive. For this emblem. So whoever in the assembly line was peeling the backing off for the emblems, they just, I mean, it's trash. They just threw it in the car underneath where the carpet was going. But it's always kind of neat to see, you know, what trash ends up underneath the car. Now let's go on in there. Oh, I just noticed there is the backing for the custom emblem. But then whoever put it on the driver's side, they actually threw theirs in a trash can, I guess, because I didn't see it on the other side. Okay, now I just need to smooth this all out. Should be good to go. All right, got the front seat bolted in. Had to swap out the seat belts. Guess I didn't really have to, but this 74 has the plastic molded sleeve for the buckle, and it's had the wiring for the seatbelt interlock. So I went ahead and swapped in the correct seat belts, just because that's what was in the car. So put it back in. Now I need to get the back seat situated. So I got to see about getting this seat cover to go on that wagon seat back, and then I can put the rear seat in. All right, got all the hog rings removed from the seat cover. Now I can remove the cover. Okay, now I need to remove the cover off that one. Tell that's original. Okay. Now we got to see about fitting that onto here. Looks like the seat will come to here, which isn't exactly like the original, but I think it should work fine. Now up top, there's enough room that I could probably slide this up and fold it over and make that the new top, or I could sew the vinyl back onto here and do it that way. So I'll kind of think about it, see which way I want to go. Okay, so what I've decided to do is just use what material is on here. Since the seat is much larger, I can fold the top of the seat over. I've marked the center here, and then the same on the bottom. Mark the center, fold it over and secure it. Since this cover is just bigger overall, this will be the easiest and quickest way to do it and still look pretty good. Typical fashion, I've misplaced my good hog ring pliers, so I'm having to use these chintzy ones. And I'm just putting them back in the factory positions, making sure it's going to be nice and tight. All right, got the seats, carpet, and the door sills in. So now it's actually comfortable and somewhat nice to sit in this car. And I think it looks a lot better. And there's not just springs there to poke into your butt. These seats aren't perfect, but as you can tell, they're a lot better than what was in here, and pretty much look factory. I have this set of old, I think they were US Indy mag wheels sitting around, and thought I might see what they look like on this wagon. I'm not real big on the aftermarket wheels myself, but I don't think these look too bad. Definitely gives it a whole different look. So we got a nice interior in there now. And I also cleaned up the back seat. It was kind of dirty, so I cleaned it up real good. And just got some extra stuff there in the footwell. And I do have a dash cover for the car. It's just sitting in there right now. But all in all, I think it's a big improvement on this thing. I will be putting this car up for sale since I've gotten quite a few in the meantime, and this one I don't really need since I picked up the 66 Chrysler wagon. So if anybody's looking for a fun 70s cruiser, this could fit the bill. Hope you enjoyed the video on the 74 Coronet wagon. This was mainly a cosmetic restoration of the interior and such, and also that fixing of the Groundhog Destruction, which wasn't too cool, but didn't expect that to happen. But I guess you never know what can happen with wild animals. So got it all fixed up. It runs and drives now. So anyways, I got a few more things to do to the car, mainly cosmetic, and then maybe it can be someone else's cruiser. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. It's always plenty of old car content, Mopar heavy obviously, but there's a few outliers in there depending on what I come across. Be sure to check out my Instagram at Obsolete Automotive, as well as the Facebook discussion group and my Patreon as well. I'll post links to that in the description. But until next time, I'll catch you later.